We're just trying to do the balancing act as best as we can. So trying to keep good forage. So we're just gonna offload them and get doing all the other parts that we need to be doing. Morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. Got some good storms here, and actually at all of our solar farms, almost all of our solar farms yesterday, we needed the rain. We really needed the rain, so it was all good news. But it's bright and sunny today, and it's time to move the flocks again. The flock that's here that we're moving right now, they get moved at least once a week right now, and we're just keeping up with everything and really using this site to show, like, hey, it's not going to be a golf course. It's not going to be, perfectly manicured and everything like that, but we're keeping the grass within the specifications of the contract, stockpiling forage and thinking ahead, because we waited almost a month for the rain that just came. About 3 weeks, and we know that and it didn't get too terribly hot in there, so we were hitting those 80-degree days. It was okay. Most days it was probably high 70s, low 80s, but now we're anticipating this dry spell that's going to come in, probably June into July or something along those lines. And when that happens, because pretty much we usually get a month in the summertime where that happens. So we're trying to be really aware of how much grass we have where and what's going on. We're just trying to do the balancing act as best as we can. So trying to keep good forage, for not only for our sheep, but for the panels, because guys, the other thing that people lose track of is, like, yes, we're in the service industry, and there's a reason there is a service industry for this. It's to make these things as efficient as they possibly can be. And we know based on the studies that good forage underneath, healthy forage underneath the panels, cools the panels, allows them to absorb more energy, more sun, and then produce better, right? So we know this whole system, we know how it works. But yeah, that's what that's part of that service industry. That's why we're hired versus the other alternatives that are out there, right? Like, let's keep healthy ground. And that's kind of what we're working on and dealing with. But yeah, so we're going to move this flock. Then we're going to head to another site. We're going to move another flock. And then we're going to head to a third site. And we're just going to check that flock. They really hit their lambing pulse. So we've been checking them daily, sometimes twice a day, because they are closer. Just trying to keep up with them. That bigger flock that's closer will probably move later this week. So I'm sure we'll have video on how much fun that is. But the other thing I want to talk about is, you've heard people talk about their horsepower, and we've talked a little bit about it before, but you know what I've got instead of horsepower? I've got collie power. We've got all the different players in the game out today. So see who can get used where and when, and they all want to be used right now. So we'll see what happens. It's a longer drive, so our youngest mamas in this group that were lambs last year are lambing now, and they're singles, which is fine. And they're good mamas, which is also great. It just makes the drive a little bit slower. So we're kind of experiencing that right now down the road, trying to get them into this next block.
Come by. Come by. Come by. There we go. Here we go, time again. Here we go.
So, gonna hook up the water. You can tell, got a nice little splashing of rain yesterday. That's what collected in down there. But yeah, they're just, this is, I guess really right now, this is for the dogs. There's just so much good green grass. They're not really drinking too much water, really. But you gotta have it here in case they need it, man. You gotta take care of your animals. You can't just dump them out and assume they're gonna find water and ignore them or anything like that. And I'll tell you what, I do notice that when the grass starts to get drier, they are drinking more. Even though it's not, you know, dead for the winter or whatever. So always, always, always water. One way or another, however you design, whatever you found that works for you, that's fine. This is what works for me. So this is the method I use, but always have water.
Just want to give y'all a look at what sheep can do. I'm trying to get the video to give it justice. We're not interfering with the equipment.
Hey everybody, hey, we're at a small DG site. We took a couple contracts just to grow out other flocks and try some stuff out, and it's not a bad idea for what we do. So I missed the roundup at the house, the load at the house, but now we're on site, so we're just gonna offload them and get doing all the other parts that we need to be doing.